This isn't just milk. This isn't just bread. This isn't just a quiet kitchen scene. This is paint. Breathtaking, luminous, almost magical paint. And this is Johannes Vermeer's The Milkmaid, painted around 1658, one of the calmest, most hypnotic masterpieces of the Dutch Golden Age. But hold on, she's not a milkmaid out milking cows in a field. She's a kitchen maid, standing in a simple, worn room, carefully pouring a thin, steady stream of milk from a ceramic jug into a low earthenware bowl. Close enough, I suppose. At first glance, everything feels peaceful, almost boring. Soft light pours through the weathered window on the left, bathing her in this gentle golden glow. The room is stark, lived in every day. And yet, once you break free from that serene spell, you realize Vermeer has hidden an entire world of meaning right under our noses. Clues his audience in 17th century Delft would have caught immediately, but that completely pass us by today. So let's pour it out together, shall we? Because this maid isn't casually making bread pudding. She's a quiet, powerful symbol of invisible labor. And in 2026, she still feels shockingly relevant. Look at her closely. Sturdy butter yellow bodice with hooks running all the way down, royal blue apron draped asymmetrically over her red skirt. That blue is ultramarine, ground from lapis lazuli imported from Afghanistan, more expensive than gold at the time. Most painters used it sparingly, mixing it with cheaper pigments to make it last. But not Vermeer. He used it generously, even blending tiny amounts into the white of the wall, so she stands out like she's glowing from within. How did a relatively modest artist afford that much luxury pigment? It's still a mystery, probably supplied by a wealthy patron like Peter van Ruijven, who owned over 20 of his paintings. Either way, it tells us something important. Even in a life of hard work and limited means, beauty and dignity were worth investing in. Her sleeves are rolled up to the elbows, revealing the paler skin of her forearms, the part normally hidden under clothing. In the 1600s, that glimpse of skin could be quite titillating to the right viewer. But these aren't part of her bodice. They're separate mesh sleeves, worn over her good clothes to keep them clean during rough work. Laundry was a huge chore back then. No machines, no quick cycles, so you protected what little nice fabric you owned. She's gripping the pitcher with both hands, guiding that steady stream of milk with total concentration. On the table in front, a basket with loaves of bread, more chunks spilling onto an emerald green cloth. In the back, a beautiful German stoneware jug, maybe holding beer. Art historian Harry Rand says she's preparing bread pudding. The custard is already mixed, and she's pouring milk to submerge the bread completely so it bakes evenly without drying out on top. On the wall hangs a lidded bread basket high off the floor to keep mice away, a shiny copper pail probably used for carrying fish or fowl from the market, and right at the base, a row of Delft tiles. One shows a tiny Cupid, the god of love. Next to it, a wandering man with a walking stick. And on the floor, almost easy to miss, sits a foot stove, a lollipop, a little wooden box with hot coals inside to warm cold feet. Historians point out that draping your skirt over a foot stove became a subtle metaphor for female arousal, warming everything under there. And maids in Dutch society? They carried a heavy reputation, young, poor, unmarried, living inside someone else's home, often stereotyped as predisposed to romance, or even as potential homewreckers. Paintings from the era are full of coded innuendo, oblong vegetables, jugs of milk, eggs being sold, all subtle references to sexuality. But Vermeer flips the script. He doesn't sexualize her for the viewer. He gives her dignity, eyes lowered in focus, lips slightly parted in concentration, head tilted as if pouring milk is the most important thing in the world right now. No wink, no flirtation, just quiet, absorbed competence. Now here's the part that makes this painting feel alive in 2026. The part Vermeer couldn't have predicted, or maybe he could. In 1658, kitchen maids were completely indispensable to the household, yet utterly invisible. Exploited, sexually stereotyped, living under someone else's roof with almost no rights or protection. Fast forward to today, gig workers, domestic cleaners, delivery riders, caregivers, still mostly women, often immigrants or from lower-income backgrounds. They keep our homes, offices, and cities running smoothly every single day, yet they remain unseen, underpaid, vulnerable to exploitation, with little job security. The foot stove warming her skirt from below? That's the modern hustle culture. It keeps you going, but it can burn you out from the inside. Endless shifts, algorithm bosses, no real safety net. The expensive ultramarine pigment? It's the illusion of freedom in flexible work. You choose your hours, but the real price is constant exhaustion and instability. X-ray scans of the painting show Vermeer painted over things. He removed a fire basket and other household items, then added the foot stove and tiles. Maybe he deliberately stripped away distractions to focus purely on her presence and dignity. In our fast-paced world of apps and instant delivery, we need that same deliberate focus to really see the person behind the labor, not just the service they provide. She pours that milk like it's the center of the universe. Because for her, in that moment, it was. And for millions of invisible workers today, one package delivered, one home cleaned, one shift completed at a time, it's still the same. Vermeer's Milkmaid isn't just a pretty scene hanging in a museum. It's a quiet, powerful reminder that every single worker, no matter how ordinary they seem, has a vivid, complex inner life full of ambitions, worries, routines, and dreams, just as rich and real as your own. He extended dignity to someone society mostly overlooked. In 2026, with all our technology and speed, perhaps the most radical thing we can do is pause and do the same. What do you think? Does this painting hit differently now? Does it make you see the people around you, the delivery person, the cleaner, the caregiver, in a new light? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give it a like, subscribe for more hidden stories behind the masterpieces, and check the description for links to art prints or ways to support the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.